DZ.
Welcome to Overgrown Farms, live and direct with your hosts, J.R. Reedon, Just Dank, and none other than Marley Bob. Let's smoke, get high, talk about growing, blaze it up. Something we all have a passion for. Cannabis. Thanks again. Make sure you subscribe, like, share this live video. Let's get it.
What is up? What's up? What's up? What is up? Happy Friday. Or should I say happy high day?
Happy holiday. We got like what from the 4th to the 10th of just greatness, dude. Like I'm sitting on like $200 of like side money right now, waiting for that Fourth of July 7/10 sale to hit. Right. And I'm just gonna fill the mini fridge up. Can't wait. Excited. A little upset that it didn't hit today, but I have stuff to smoke on, so I'll get by. But I was like, I woke up at 6:30 waiting for that 10 a.m. text message. I was ready.
We got a special guest for us today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Walter White from Breaking Bad is with us.
You know, Walter?
Say my name. Say my name.
What up, Walter?
That was a joke about your new haircut. I'm just giving you a hard time.
You're such a dick. My new haircut.
Say my name.
What are you guys smoking on?
We gotta do like a fucking funny meme of like the turtle walking through the desert, but with his head on it.
Dude, you're such a dick.
Overgrown Farms.
What are you guys smoking on?
You know, I'm smoking on some of the last harvest. I'm smoking on some Widow.
I'm smoking on some of Swerve stuff.
Some Swerve stuff,
Some
huh?
Swerve strain.
There you go. Nice.
Great.
Grape OG.
From the other side of the river.
So, I've been venturing the bottom line, the bottom shelf concentrates lately, and I found MPX. If anyone's heard that brand, I'm pretty sure we all have. Harvest has a MPX Black Label fucking shatter at $25 a gram, and it is not bad. Not bad. I can't remember what I bought. I used the dab straw the whole weekend, the Seahorse. You know, I went 4 fucking days without my torch. I almost felt like I was gonna Jones, dude. Like I had a patio and everything. My wife's like, "Can you just leave the torch at home?" And I said, "You know what? I'll do that for you."
You know, it's been a long time since I've been on vacation without the torch.
So on my way home, I was like,
pretty
"I'm buying
good.
something good to smoke with the torch." But yeah, dude, it was weird. It was a weird feeling. You know what I mean? Just to go full electric, have the Carta, have the Seahorse.
Right.
Like, I didn't even roll joints, dude. I brought a fucking spoon pipe. It was just like I just kind of went out of my own comfort zone, and just like this thing was clean, and just went to the fucking spoon pipe and fucking sat on the patio, and or sat by the pool and just kind of hung out. It was a pretty good week, pretty good couple days.
Well, I seen that pool look epic there. That, like, what was that? Rock wall and waterfall and shit.
Oh yeah.
Thing was badass.
It's also at 7th Street and Thunderbird, so you just gotta make sure you lock all your doors.
It's right
I'm not
there. It's
kidding.
close.
I'm calling it as there's someone, I don't even know if anyone's even even watching us right now on Facebook or anything, but on Instagram there's a guy called Wacko 420 or 420 Wacko. I think you've heard his name. He had his not anniversary, his fucking honeymoon at that spot because they had a patio they could smoke. Someone came into the room after it was all locked up and stole fucking over $2,000 worth of glass pieces, laptops, fucking
Whoa.
2 blazers, you name it. And they said, well, you didn't lock your shit up. So you're trying to say a tweaker scaled my patio? But there's fucking locks for the patio doors too, like more than just a little lock. So I kept everything in a fanny pack. I brought it with me everywhere I went just to be safe for the most part. Kept everything locked up, but I mean, I enjoyed myself. I can, from where I was laying at the pool, I can see my patio, and I'm like, so if you guys are going to be climbing my patio, I'm going to see. But it was great. It was fun. It is what it is. It was North Phoenix. But I was supposed to be staying in a cabin in Payson, so.
Right. Some
Air
shout outs here.
Air quality in Sunny Slope was 1,000 times better.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Then Payson?
Oh, yeah. Scotty, Jen, what up, Jen? What up, Sam?
I know I can't be the only people
What up,
out there
Jafar?
fucking drinking the seltzers.
What up,
Who else
dude?
drinking seltzers? You're so fluffy right now. I feel like a bitch. I do.
From all that-
I just keep
from all
shaking
that-
it, I'm like, woo!
From all that chlorine.
Nah, man, I had some Wagyu beef. I grilled
really?
some Wagyu beef. That was
Yeah.
a picture I posted.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it off the grill, put it on the counter, said, let this rest. I'm going to go take a cold shower real quick so I can enjoy my dinner. Fuck, man. 500-degree grill, fucking 106 degrees outside. It's like, I didn't want to eat dinner after all that. You need to, like, relax, calm down.
Was it good?
Oh, yeah, that fucking meat was killer, dude. I fucking, like the rarest rare you can fucking cook a beef at, but I fucking nailed it.
Look good. Look amazing.
Fry's has that shit on sale on fucking Surprise for $12 a pound. So don't make it sound like I'm balling. I bought Wagyu beef for $12 a pound. And it was top sirloin, but still, I'm like, I know that name. I want to try it at that price.
Right.
And it was a huge fucking like hockey puck that I was able to slice up and everyone get a little piece of it.
Nice. Just got a shout out from Scotty. From Scotty B. You're welcome, Scotty.
Oh yeah, I need to buy
see the fire that comes out of that.
Huh?
I said I can't wait to see the fire that comes out of that.
Oh, there better be some fire that comes out of that.
Otherwise, we're gonna just have to hire Tiff.
Right? He's got it. He's got it down. He did everything we said, except for what he couldn't do, what was beyond his capabilities. But he did. He set it up right.
No, you got everything. You got everything to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And at this point, if we need to fine tune, we'll fine tune. It's nothing we can't handle.
What's up, Amanda?
So Jimmy, that thing that we were messaging about the Sweet Tooth Autos, these
Yes.
wonderful fucking bad boys that we gave out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a mail, I think we've all determined that comes in less than 30 days. Because we're looking at July 2nd, July 3rd. We said this contest started June 1st, and the males are very fucking prevalent. Because my baby plant, the one that I should have taken pictures of it, but the pollen sacs are about to fucking open up. And I was like, it was this big when I went out of town. I came back. Now I know the soil dried out. It probably got a little stretched out. But that thing was just pollen sacs all the way up. It just stretched out to like twice the size and just filled with pollen sacs.
Wow.
And I know like 4 or 5 people that I either know from work or I gave the seeds to. Mine are males. I got males. Not all of them, but I have a male in there, and that's not.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool that these are like it's at least it's prevalent quickly. And I noticed these when I was I was messing around with these seeds, trying to see what I can get away with in the garden before it got too hot. and every male popped so in less than 3 weeks. I knew
Yeah.
what it was a male.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So with that, in nature, that's normal. So another trait of a male is the male gets taller than the females because it wants to disperse that pollen over the females. You know what I mean? So you see that. You also see that stretch that you're talking about. So yeah, males. That is one of the things. They always flower faster than females. They'll always start to flower because they need to already be dropping when that
Before.
female's when that female's at peak production. Like that male has to already be producing so it can pollinate everything.
Yeah.
Get it good, you know. So yeah, that's
I think it's neat. I mean,
that's cool.
it's a
Cool
contest.
observation
It's a
that
contest,
you're-
and it was free seeds. So anyone that's
Yeah.
gonna complain about getting a free fucking male plant, I'm sorry. That's what happens. And
yeah,
the whole thing is that I have way too much going on in that closet to let that male plant go. But there's other people that don't have that all going on, and they can have fun with it. Have
Right.
fun with that male plant.
Yep.
Okay, here's a crazy question. So, what would happen if fucking you had
Hi, Amanda Duke.
a random male plant fucking pollinate a fucking autumn? What seeds are we? I mean, have you experimented with that?
So say it again. A what?
So let's just say like my Gorilla Glue fucking Tangy fucking was in bud, and one of those fucking sweet tooths fucking pollinated it. What kind of seeds would come out of that?
You'd get a combination.
You'd get
It'd be
photos.
like
So you'd get a version of the original Gorilla Glue, right? A regular photo. Then you'd get something that was in between, like a fast flowering, and then you get the random autos out of that.
Oh, is that Jimmy? Is that what we were talking about off of the chat and everything else
Yeah. Mhm.
about a month ago?
You know,
Exactly.
those random are the ones you would have
You know
to
what I'm talking
put together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's working out the genetics more or less.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're going to get a combination. You're going to get a combination, then take on traits of the mom.
And then you got to
You get
pick out the
combination.
autos, and you got to yeah.
You got to go through and you got to pheno hunt them. You got to go through, pick out the strongest males, the strongest, the ones that show those auto flowering traits that you're looking for. If that's what.
I was just curious. It was just always like, if it happened in my closet, what would happen with like the cross between the autos and everything else?
You would, like Rick says, you would get some fast flowering photos along with some regular photos, and then you would get some small percentage of ones that
Interesting.
take on that auto trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a process, like I guess, of sifting through the seeds and figure out which one's which, and
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
then
it's
knowing your
definitely a
genetics and everything else.
Yep.
It's those weird questions that I always want to ask you guys, but I think it's a good place to be asking them is here, where everyone else could fucking like.
Exactly.
I might not be the only person wondering that, and I don't know
Yeah.
these things, so it's kind of a good question.
So yeah, what are we going to talk about on our little secret show here?
Before you go into your next thing, last question I had for you.
Okay.
Those great big giant fucking fan leaves when you're in like about the first month of fucking photo when it's kind of becoming a nice plant.
Mhm.
When can you start cutting the big ones off where you got a decent amount of new leaves?
Are you getting some good undergrowth where it's starting to
Yeah.
kinda pick them off? As soon as you start getting some undergrowth, you can get rid of some of those main ones to open up for the bottom ones.
Yeah.
And you'll start to notice that bottom will start to come out and catch up with the top a little bit more.
Because when you when you search that shit, everybody's all over the place. It's like, oh, you can cut them all off at a certain point in time, or you just it's there everywhere. So I thought it'd be a good question.
I mean, it's all personal preference, and it's all how much you are familiar.
Because
with
I'm
the
talking
plant.
about the great fucking
Yeah.
big ones that you don't need
Yeah.
anymore. You really
And
don't
they're
need
just-
those ones.
I mean, yeah, they just store nutrients, like eventually they will die off.
Yeah.
But the idea is, if you want to get more of a bushier plant, you pull those off and it opens up the plant, you get a more
There you go.
Yeah. You know, you can even, another trick that some guys do is when they do that defoliation, they top it so that it kind of slows down this, and then
Yeah.
this really speeds up. So you get way more, and you get a couple more tops out of it too.
Yeah.
Good method.
I would rephrase that. You get a few extra colas and not just tops.
Exactly. You get cold. Exactly. So I made a little makeshift CO2 dispenser.
Little CO2 generator.
This is just a real raw, basic one. I just threw it together really quick. This is, people who don't know, this is a brewer's thing for people who make, beer or wine. So it's called an airlock. You just put a little bit of water to the line. Creates a little bit of back pressure. So when you're making beer or wine, it's alcoholic fermentation. So the result of alcoholic fermentation, yeast and sugar, is CO2. So you start with some brewer's yeast. You add that, and then you add a little bit of sugar. Well, a lot of sugar, because these little fuckers are hungry, and that's what they eat. So when they eat that, and what they give off is they give off alcohol.
Speak into your microphone a little more.
Sorry, it's alcohol. It's an alcoholic fermentation. So, and the byproduct of alcoholic fermentation, like I said before, is CO2. So you can use that in your tent, in your grow area, wherever you want. What a lot of people do is you can pop this little top off right here. You can take your hose, your fish tank hose, black hose, jam it down in this hole so it kind of fits in that hole right there. Maybe even put a little tape around it so it stays, and run that hose up to where your lights are. Just kind of let it hang there. Just stick this thing right in your room somewhere. You could even put it in a paper bag or somewhere so it's out of the light so it doesn't create a lot of algae. But yeah, this will start, the yeast will start eating that alcohol or the sugar, start giving off CO2. This little thing will start bubbling every once in a while. You'll see it. But basically, it'll just raise the parts per million.
How does it go? Okay. I wanted to make sure everyone got that.
You get yeah, so this is a cool little thing. You can do it anything. You can do it with a soda bottle or a milk jug or a half-gallon whiskey bottle. Whatever you got.
Half-gallon whiskey bottle. You're funny.
Like a growler. Drill the hole in the cap of the growler, make a nice glass fucking
You could.
Yeah.
glass jug.
Yeah.
Make it a little more professional.
Yeah. I mean, these things are like $2 or $3 at the brewer store or on Amazon or whatever.
Now that size right there, that 1 gallon jug.
It's a 1 gallon jug.
What would you put that in?
I would
Would
put
you
it
put that in a 2x2, a 4x2, a 4x4, a 3x2?
I put it in a 2x2 or a 2x4, 2x2 or a 2x4. It's about enough for that. I mean, it's going to help out in any area that you put it in. It's going to help out. It's going to boost.
But that's the size you would use in a 2x2 or a 2x4.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So what if you
area.
had a larger grow tent or area? Do you need more than one of those?
I'd build one out of a 5-gallon deposit bottle. The big water jug. I'd build one.
So
like that.
the top piece doesn't matter. It's the size of the container.
What, this piece?
Yes.
No, this piece doesn't matter.
That
This
piece,
is just
that's standard right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is standard. Yeah, this is all this does is just create a little bit of back pressure so that it doesn't all escape at one time.
There
And
you go.
and so oxygen doesn't come in.
And so it doesn't, nothing gets contaminated in here. Yeah. So it has air to breathe, room to breathe. Yeah. It's all about contamination. You don't want to get your.
What's up, Larry?
Larry, what's going on?
Is he in the house?
He's in the house. You want to tell him your good news, JR?
Yeah, I told him earlier I got a sample. That's awesome. Yeah, Larry was asking me about CO2 something the other day, I think, and this kind of came to mind. I found this thing in my kitchen earlier, and I was like, hey, I know where my brewer's yeast is. This stuff.
You should throw that. You should put that in the 2x2.
Look how expired it is.
That's some
Should
pretty
I?
old yeast.
I should. I'm gonna go get some different stuff. I think. I got it at Hop and Grape.
I'd put one in the 2x2 and one at the Deadhead.
Yeah,
It'll
probably
soak up some some CO2.
CO2. Yeah, good idea. Sweet.
I can't wait tomorrow. I'm going to the store. I'm buying a new banger. I'm so excited.
Nice. That is exciting. Banger shopping.
Yep, I have to get a new banger.
Look at that jazzed up fucking thing. It sucks when your favorite banger is fucking jazzed up and you have other ones you just don't want to use.
Yeah, Larry, literally, this is like this right here and this brewer's yeast. That's like less than $5, maybe $6 worth of stuff. And the jug, a gallon water jug, that's $1. You know, you could probably have an old one sitting around your house somewhere.
Now, what kind of water do you want to use for that? Any old water? Tap water?
I mean, you
You use distilled water.
can use any water. Doesn't matter. Use tap water. Why not? You use spring water. You can let it sit out for a day and let it off gas if you want. Pretty sure. I don't think it matters. You're just, I mean, it's not like you're drinking it, right?
Right?
The water just needs a place for the yeast to feed. It's kind of like their little breeding ground, little feeding ground. Yeah, that All Per Plus, man, that stuff smells so good. I mean, it
Why you keep talking about it, man?
smells so great.
I'm like the forgotten stepchild.
I know.
Making me jealous.
I know. We'll order some soon. We'll get some. Yeah, pull it. Did you get a new glass for your? Did you break the glass in the body in yours? This glass?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you just broke the tip.
I got a new tip too. I saved one for the trip.
Cool.
It was nice. It worked well.
Yeah, they are convenient. I love mine.
I'm really digging on this whole pod system. I really am.
Yeah.
Especially with that cup. I can just bring that cup anywhere I go and just take fucking like just giant dabs.
It's awesome.
I'm probably gonna end up buying a whole bunch of different batteries for a bunch of different companies and then, buying pods for all these companies and just being a jackass. But then maybe it gives me more videos to do. I haven't
Well,
done
yeah,
the videos.
dude. That's what I was gonna say. That's videos. That's
I need to do a video, at least a review on the item 9.
even companies getting a little bit of a bad review is a good thing. You know, they can't look at it as a bad thing. They have to look at it as any feedback is feedback. You know.
I look at it this way: is if I start running out of ideas for videos and I start doing just like a item 9 review and then this review and that review, it just that's it. That's all I do now. I just go to the dispensary, I buy shit, and I smoke it on camera. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the system in general and how the pod system works, but I don't want to be like going through and talking about all these different strands. And I don't want to be that strand review, I guess. I don't want to be a strand review guy.
Yeah. More product based.
You want to
Like,
touch
if
on
I think it'd be a good idea because I even have a PAX battery, and I wouldn't mind getting a hold of a fucking Steezy and then going through and being like, which one of these work the best, and having 3 different fucking pod systems. The 3
I
top
just
pod
started
systems.
seeing the Steezies in the first time the other day when I went in there.
Steezies are fucking hot, dude. They're like 2 for $65, so it's like $65 a gram, and they give you a free bullshit battery.
Huh.
And they sell out in 2 hours every single time, any place that does it.
They had a bunch of them.
I wasn't a fan.
You tried it?
Yeah, I had it in Cali. I wasn't a fan.
Huh.
I like the live resin taste of the item 9. They have it's called item 9 ambrosia, and it's around like $40 or $50 a gram, but it's a diamond sauce, just kind of like what I showed you guys, and but it's live resin diamond sauce, and it tastes just like the pod does. So I enjoyed their dabs, and it kind of brings me back to that same situation when I bought their concentrates. Another thing is that live resin, it's not so gassy, so you can fucking rip the fuck out that shit, and people aren't going to be like, "Ooh, what is that?" in public. Kind of tones it down a little bit in public, the live resin pods.
Good.
A little bit. It still smells like weed, but not that bad. All right. I'll be right back.
So I'm gonna let JR answer that question for you, Scott, because I don't scrog. And since I don't scrog, I'm not gonna talk about something I don't do and try to act cool. So, JR, when do you think is the best time to start scrogging?
When your plants are freaking huge. You gotta grow them up and train them,
So you pretty much want to top your plant, let that get massive, right? And then start scrogging it under the net.
Yeah, and then once you get some big branches that kind of peek through the net, you fold them over. And then they start growing up again, and you fold them over. And then you defoliate. And then all the little tiny spots where all those leaves were that you defoliated, then those turn into big branches. Then you fold those down into the net. And then once, you have the size canopy you want, then you let everything grow up evenly. And then once you get to a certain point, then you say, okay, well, now I can go into flower.
How long are you usually vegging a plant out for that?
Long time.
At least 2 months?
If you're starting with a decent teen plant, yeah. I mean, you really have to build the plant before you it's a process. It's definitely a process. Some strains work better than others. The strains that work better for scrog are the lankier, strains that can't really support themselves that great. Longer node spacings. Those are strains that really work well for scrog. Sativa dominant. There he is.
Blue raspberry.
Wow.
It's kind of like crack cocaine. Once you start, you just can't fucking stop.
Right.
Call me a bitch. Call me what you want. I like my seltzer, dude. At a certain point in time in my life, they'll wander away when Oktoberfest comes around. I won't want these anymore.
So we got somebody backstage waiting to come in.
I'm ready.
You guys want to give him a proper introduction, Jess?
Is it who I think it is?
Yeah,
We have a surprise guest.
a special surprise guest.
Let's bring it. I like surprises.
Did we get Eminem?
Close.
Close? Oh, I know who we got.
Kim Kniff from Connecticut.
Yeah. I think we got.
Connect
Oh,
from
it's
Connecticut.
Kim Kniff from
What's
Connecticut. You like that one, huh?
What's up,
happening, Scotty B?
What up, Scotty?
How you guys doing?
Chilling like a villain.
What are you doing? What are you smoking on there, buddy?
Fuck, I don't even know the name of it.
You don't even know the name of
No,
it.
it just smelled good and I took it.
Smelled good. It took it.
Good stuff.
That's it.
That's it, huh? Well, what's going on, dude?
Not much, man. Just kicking back, enjoying the show.
We'll take a minute to give yourself some shout outs. No shout outs?
Shout out to all of you guys and everybody watching.
That's it? No repping? You don't want to rep?
Well,
Give yourself a shout out?
nah, I don't shout myself out. But shouts out to everybody watching and you guys for all the help and
Yeah,
The bomb
shout out to
seeds and-
Scotty for all his musical capabilities, and he's been working hard on his tent.
Yeah.
What's the verdict? What's the temp in there?
oh man, I haven't checked it in a minute.
Well,
I can run out there and check it. Make sure the dog doesn't knock that over.
exciting.
Yeah, let's show off the tent. Show off the work in progress.
I'm heading there now. See if I can see in this garage. I don't know how to turn the mic around. I mean, the camera around.
Oh yeah, that's tricky, bud. See where it says at the bottom, the 4 buttons? Or the 5 buttons? See where it says camera and microphone?
Mm-hmm.
Press that and then scroll to your settings to where it says like facing. It'll tell you like front facing, back facing. There you go.
Oh, look at that body.
boy.
I've signed off on this chat so many times trying to flip my camera.
Whoa.
It's at 91 still, man.
Oh well,
You can do it though. 91's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. I've been rocking 91 for about 3 weeks in my tent right now in my closet.
They look good,
Shit,
though.
it look good.
Doesn't seem to really be phasing them.
Just think about it when you get that little cooler climate and that everything else, the plants are gonna they're gonna explode. You're gonna actually be able, you're gonna be able to tell those differences, and that's when you gotta start taking notes. And that's what I'm noticing now. I'm almost on my first full year of growing in this closet, and between the heat and this winter and this and that, you'll start to notice the differences. It's kind of cool.
What strains are those, Scotty?
This is some Chem 4 OG. We got the Island Punch. We got
Ooh, I like this
2
sound,
White
that one.
Widows.
Island Punch is Gorilla Glue and what was it? Gorilla Glue and
Purple
something
Punch?
else. Yeah, it's purple punch up here.
Full circle. How many times have we talked about purple punch now?
Right?
In a live.
So many.
It's one of those strings that's kind of in everything nowadays.
It is. It has to represent.
It's loud in here. Give me a minute.
Sweating.
It's cool in the tent. In the garage itself, though, it's
Okay, so that's
hot,
what
man.
that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to just run the AC in your garage and kind
just
of
cool the garage itself.
cool the garage, and then you open those a cup, maybe like one of the bottom vents in the back or something.
Now, what about?
I'm telling
Yeah,
him.
but what if you bought one of those small little fucking tower AC units and you vented it out of the tent and you just put it in the corner of the tent?
Yeah, that's what I think you should
That's
do.
what he
Scott.
has, but he's
Use
piping
that.
it in.
Use your exhaust vent instead of piping it out of the garage. Pipe it into the garage, dude.
Could try that out.
Because then the outside is getting cool as well as the inside, right? Because it's just your exhaust.
Well, you don't want to pump the hot air from the AC like to the outside of the tent. It's not going to help. You got to at least get it away from the tent.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, I know it's a tricky situation, but I mean, if you have some sort of tower unit in your tent, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't have a tent. I use a closet, so I don't understand the whole thing. And like, why it would be hot on the outside if it's cool on the inside.
I think that you should cool the outside and then pull that in through your tent, and that'll help cool it better.
Okay, we'll try that out.
If the inside of your garage is cool, then it's gonna pull. You know, kind of like the idea of how it works in your house. You know how your central AC kind of helps cool your, because it's pulling
Right,
the air
yep.
in, you know? So I don't know. Think about that.
Well, we'll try different ways. It's only the summer out here that I can't do it. The rest of the months are pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Where are you at again?
I'm out in Bakersfield, California.
Okay. Yeah. Out in the
So it's
desert.
hot as hell in the summer,
Oh yeah.
like 116 sometimes. You know, it's like this week's going to be 108, 109.
So like, how I'm doing my closet grow, and some of the thing about if you have an extra closet to do in the summertime is my lights are on when the sun's down, when the sun's out. You know what I mean? So I kind of flip the whole pattern, and I
Right.
keep it at 85 or less. I mean, that's not the best, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? Considering
Right.
my AC is fucked in my house right now, and if I can
Yeah, that's-
actually cool my house down, my closet would be a lot cooler too. But
Yeah,
I mean,
tough.
it's, you know what I mean. So like, it's something to think about too. It's got to
Yeah,
you got to play with like when the sun's up, and if the garage is getting hot at a certain point in time, you don't want your lights on at that time too, because then you're adding extra heat to that whole environment.
Right. And that's where my studio is too. So it's like not a good mix.
You gotta flip the whole thing up. That's why everyone's like, why do your lights go off at fucking 9 a.m. and turn on at fucking 10? I'm like 10 p.m. I'm like, because that's when the sun's fucking up.
Right.
Not in Arizona. That's when the sun's pointing at the house where the closet is. So,
Yeah, I've done some grows in the
you
closet.
gotta find those little tweaks and shit with your grow.
That's what I was talking to him about earlier. I was telling him I run my lights. I turn my lights off the hottest part of the day. Whenever my room is the hottest, that's when I don't run my lights. So if I'm on an 18.6, it's a little more difficult because you still have those, early afternoon, late evenings where it's still kind of warm, So it's a little more difficult, but I preferred the 12-12 in the summertime. It's a lot more.
Right.
It is more convenient.
Yeah. A lot more.
That is the one downfall with meadows. The more light you give them throughout its life, the bigger they get, the more juice they take up.
I could get away with mine being off from 2 to 6, 2 to 8. when I have mine off.
Yeah, I gotta set up the timer still.
Yeah, timer's very important.
I almost died climbing up in the attic today to do some shit, man, and with the wiring. It was crazy.
Hey, there's brother-in-laws for that.
Right?
Just let's throw that one out there.
Fucking A. So what's up? What have you been working on, Scotty? What kind of music you been working on?
I haven't been doing a lot of my own stuff lately because it's just, I don't know. I've had a writer's block for a while, but I do hear little things here and there, like the thing I showed you the other night. But I really got to be in the mood to write something. So I'm usually just mixing and mastering like other people's music, you know?
Right. Cool. Dope. Producer.
There you go, Scotty.
Yep.
You got a big question there.
I can't see any of the questions.
Yeah, we can't see that on our phones.
Oh, you can't see it. Scotty, are you liking the all-purpose?
I actually haven't tried it out yet, but I will be shortly doing that. But yeah, like JR said, it does smell amazing.
Very distinctive smell.
Right.
I enjoy it.
But just reading the brochure and stuff, it looks like it's going to be amazing.
Well, I'm sure I'll hear about how amazing it is in the next day or two from JR.
Yeah, I used it today on a couple plants, and I'm, little testers, and they seem to really enjoy it. So I'm gonna hit the rest of them tomorrow, and then keep doing that every day, well, every second day until I'm out. I don't have very much. Plus, I'm about to defoliate again because I'm going into flower on the 4th. So I'm going to defoliate day 1 of flower. Strip the fuck. You know how I do it.
The solo cup I have is definitely going through its stretch already.
Nice.
Oh yeah, mine went through its stretch. Mine looked kind of odd now when it went through its stretch. It looks like 4 individual trees now.
Oh shit! Yeah, mine's just 2. Like, let me grab it.
Scotty slingshot.
So I got those little tiny. I should have taken pictures of it, but I fucking took the leaves off. But it was only on one solo cup out of everything in my closet, and they had some tiny little brown spots. And could there be bugs on only one plant out of all the plants, or wouldn't it be on all of them?
Brown spots. Were they brown or were they rusty colored?
I would say more rusty color, and they're around the edges of the fucking leaf,
Are they?
from the bottom up. I should have took a picture of it. I just it's a solo cup. It's an experiment. I'm gonna pick it off and see kind of where we go with this plant, anyways, since I lost one as a male.
Were they tiny pinhole spots?
No, they were pretty decent size, going all the way up and down the tip, all the way up and down the whole size of the leaf.
Okay.
If it happens again, I'm getting some tenacious tenacious earth shit tomorrow to put on my shit.
Well, did you get that silicate?
Yeah, I put the silicate in there.
So diatomaceous earth. The silicate is like the raw form of diatomaceous earth.
Oh yeah.
So you can use the silicate as a foliar,
Can I spray it on the plants too?
Yeah, fuck yeah, you can.
Okay, so put it in one spray bottle. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use it just like that. You don't have to use a diatomaceous earth. It's the same thing.
Cool.
Exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Little palms.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
definitely starting.
Yeah, it's budding. It's got like 1, 2. Yeah, it's got quite a few spots that are budding on it.
Nice.
Damn, Scotty got his. Now I have to go get mine.
I
Go
actually
get
got
it, go
a
get it.
good one.
I'm gonna grab my charger too.
Scotty needs to put a little character right hanging on, like a little Lego guy.
Right.
I could get one right now, dude.
Thor.
That's what you need, a little Lego guy hanging on.
Look at this shit coming
Like
back
he's
from
in a
vacation
hurricane.
style.
I'll
Coming
go.
back
I'll
from
go.
vacation.
I'll
That's
go
gonna be
find
a-
one,
that's
dude.
gonna
Put
be
them
a
right
male.
here.
This one?
I think so. Yeah.
Nah. Pretty solid about this one. This one's looking good. And I got that little guy. That was the one that had the spots on it. I pulled all the leaves off.
Huh. It might have just been some. Sometimes when you have the heat issues like that, it uptakes certain amount of it uptakes different nutrients or more.
Yeah.
More of a certain kind of nutrients, so it'll kind of put it into a deficiency. If it was kind of orange, rustish red spots, I'm thinking calcium.
I hope it's not a male. I like this guy. Oh, look at that shit, man. Wow, things have changed.
Yeah, it went in the
I
last
stayed at a
couple
hotel for a
days.
couple days, and everyone's plants are like, woo woo.
It went through its stretch in the last 2 days, like drastically. I mean, you can see that starting to palm out. Yeah, that's. You know what? I'm super stoked about him. Her.
I'll be right back.
Her. I'm super stoked about her. She's you know what? I did not think she was gonna do this. Like, yeah. You know what?
Okay.
Solid genetics. That's what I say. Solid genetics.
Here's a crazy question. I'm gonna think about doing with this guy right here. If I topped it at this spot right here, and then stuck it in my root fucking shit, and stuck it in my cup, I would be back to 3 solo cups.
Hell yeah.
I would, right? I would be I would have a clone of a
Jesus,
solo cup.
Rick.
I'm gonna clone one of my auto solo cups. That's it. I don't care how many Bud Light seltzers I had. I'm cloning one of these now. It's happening. I'm cloning one of these.
Dude,
I'm
that thing is
cloning it.
crazy, Rick.
I got it. I'm gonna clone that guy.
Yeah, like I said, Scotty, it stretched the fuck out last 2 days.
So
Just
Jimmy,
massive.
Yo,
if I snip it like right there and stick it in that root compound bullshit and stick it in the cup, what would happen?
I don't know. What's her name in the
How would
group
you back
did
to 3
that?
solo cups?
I tried before. It took roots. It just didn't do anything because it took so much energy to pop roots. By the time that it was flowering, it was just
Well, I want to top that piece anyway, so I'm thinking I would like give it a
It's
shot and see
little.
what happens.
like it. Okay, it didn't amount. It didn't even amount to what the top of that looked like.
Yeah.
Like it was a cool little experiment because it showed me that for future reference I can't pull an auto, and I wish I could because I've had definitely stronger phenos than others from other companies, and I would have loved to thrown that one shining light out of that pack of seeds that I had bought. You know? But fun thing with autos.
The word is
90
out,
minutes.
Jen says. What's
90
the
days.
word?
He doesn't want to hang on, dude.
Oh, the All Per Plus. That's what he's saying. Yes, the word is out about the Alfred Plus.
Little Spidey.
He doesn't fit on any of the branches, right, dude? Yeah, he doesn't want to stay on there. He's not chilling like Captain America, bro.
You got to put him on a leaf.
Yeah, it just doesn't. You know how it's like a snug fit? I don't want to break it either.
No, just put it on the leaf, dude. Stem of the leaf.
It's too heavy. It's not going to stay on the end of the leaf.
Yeah, it will.
No way.
Because the leaf will bend, but it will stay on there. But it goes to the base of the stem.
Yeah, it falls off, dude. Yeah, not happening. He's chilling.
See? I told you. Little bonsai tree. For you, it looks like it's a massive fucking oak tree for your little Spider-Man.
If he was on yours, it'd look like a real palm tree, dude.
Scotty,
Yo,
thanks for joining us tonight, man.
I appreciate you guys letting me jump on.
Appreciate
Our
you,
pleasure, dude. Our pleasure.
Cheers.
Yeah, let's
Let me
smoke
grab
one.
one. Let me grab the.
Damn, I gotta snap this one. Hold on. Hold that thought.
I don't know. Yeah, I need to look up the genetics for cherry diesel, but that shit is gasoline, and it's an indica. You
Wow.
would think it's like more sativa because it's fruit and diesel, but it's an indica.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
something to look into. Because they call it Royal Cherry Diesel from this company, you know what I mean? So everyone's got their own. I've had a couple different versions of it now. It's pretty fire.
Yeah.
Fuck that sour leopard. That shit is way gas.
Is it?
Sour leopard is tasty.
The one I had was.
Oh, man down, man down.
I had one called Leopard. I can't remember what it was,
Trying
but
to
man, it
balance
was
it on
fucking. Oh,
Charger
I was
cord.
hoping when they put sour leopard together, I was hoping it was gonna be down that cat piss fucking you know.
yeah. It wasn't
I
cat
thought I was
pissy at
gonna take
all.
that blue pill and go down that fucking rabbit hole, but I didn't. I did not go down that rabbit hole. I was hoping for that rabbit hole.
You know what? I
I've been
haven't
trying
had.
to find cat. I'm trying to find a good version of cat piss. At least so you know it's there. Something
Yeah,
that
it's
you
hard
know
to
it's
find.
there, and it's hard.
Yeah.
No, I haven't found good cat piss in years, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
So I have not. That's the one strand out of all the shit I've had from Burner is I haven't had cheetah piss yet.
Yeah, I haven't had that one yet either.
It almost seems like I gotta try it because I feel like it has. I've had that AJ sour pea. No, not even like a homeless person from Taskey Junction. Just not even there. Nothing. Nothing. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. Captain America's always ready. What are you talking about? I can do this all day.
I took my first dab with Rick on the phone the other day for the first time in like 4 months.
Dab tab.
I stopped dabbing for a long time.
Did you pass out?
No.
Did you,
That was a super hot dab, dude. A super hot dab. Dude, it was like looking inside of a volcano. It was glowing. I said, "What are you doing? That's hot."
Nah, that thing's badass. Temp Tech. Hell yeah.
I didn't even have water in it.
Oh,
It's reading the temperature of your phone.
yeah, this
See,
is
it's
definitely
going
my
up.
phone.
That was a good day.
I would love people to send me their dab fail videos. I would fucking make a YouTube video out of it, dude, with an underwater song in the background.
I had one here the other day. Fucking somebody dropped this fucking banger on the ground.
Oh, dude, I dropped a banger and where it flew out. Dude.
It did the
But you
same
know what
thing
sucks
yours
is most
did.
of those videos I put on Instagram, so I don't save it to my phone. It's like so I take up less memory. I fucking just do it directly on my Instagram story.
Mhm.
And the next you know, if I do save it, it's in 15-second increments, and I'm like, I hate my life, dude, so fucking much.
That's funny.
But yeah, I would love a fucking like a dab fail and a bong fail videos from the fucking video family, and I would put that together for a YouTube video.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
Rick has one on already. He fell asleep at the end of the show.
Yep, we got one.
I kind of went out.
We did.
I had the Wawas for a moment.
Oh man!
Oh, we're still alive.
Done. I had the Wawas so long that I thought I heard the whole theme song go.
You're like,
And then I looked up and it said live, so I went, "Fuck!" And then I realized we were still online, and I still was talking like, "Fuck!" Yeah, it was kind of bad.
I think it was because I was vaping really heavy when I fucking first started smoking weed, like when I got my card and shit. And it was like 5 years ago. And yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? I've only been smoking marijuana for 5 years, you guys.
yeah,
Oh,
right. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
When I started smoking again, when I started smoking again, nah, man, I would hit my bong so fucking hard that I would barely be able to set it down because I would cough to the point, and I googled this shit, there's a medical thing around it, and I blacked the fuck out, dude. I coughed so hard I blacked out, where I had a rug burn on the side of my face off the fucking couch. So anyways, right, let's go full circle with this. Like, a couple months later, I'm in Laughlin, Nevada with my wife, and I'm fucking ripping my pipe against the open window, and I start coughing, dude. And I guess, I don't know what's happening, I never recorded, but I start shaking a little bit. Which I guess if you don't know what's going on, you're gonna get scared, right? And then I fucking fall the fuck out and hit the ground, dude, in my fucking hotel room. My wife is like, what the fuck? And then I come up and I look like, okay, like when we were teenagers and we used to do this shit to each other and we had to play the blackout game or whatever and get all like dizzy and lightheaded. And I get up and I'm just like, are you okay? I'm like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. So like, 3 days later, they were driving in the car at Sunset Point, and I'm like, "Can I please hit my pipe in the car, please?" She was so against that shit back then, and she's like, "Yeah, go ahead." I fucking started fucking twitching and fucking like pulling up my mouth and fucking blacked the fuck out in the passenger seat of the car.
You know what?
She's like, "What the fuck is going on with you?" And I'm like, it didn't happen after that. It only happened for like the first couple months of me smoking. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. Every once in a while, you'll see a live video of me like doing a dab, and I'll cough really hard, and like my eyes kind of roll back in my head, and I just kind of like sit there and like. And
Look,
then I kind of shake it off, and I kind of come back. But like, yeah, dude, like I don't understand it, but it happens every once in a while. I'll cough.
It happens to me too.
fucking hard. I'll black the fuck out.
It's fucking. It happened to me too. I didn't smoke for a long time. I got in trouble, and I mean, it was like 6 months. I didn't smoke, and then I did just a CBD dab. It was like 100% CBD, right? Just did it hot as fuck on a titanium nail, dude. I went out.
hey,
I want to get some fucking isolate CBD. Who has a hookup on that shit?
My cousin gets it online. You want me to give a link? He
Yeah.
buys it online. He gets man, I can't remember the last stuff he got, but he was just smoking it right in front of me on live the other day when I was or not live, but on a video chat.
Yeah.
But it comes in a little box, and the stuff that I was getting is pretty good. Like it was legit.
No,
It
what I was
therapy
doing
as
with
fuck.
it, you go get those good. You get a good fucking syringe, THC syringe, and you
Yeah.
crunch that fucking isolate up, and you
Yeah.
make a really awesome fucking batter out of that.
Yeah,
And it is like the most pain relieving, terpiness. Oh my goodness! Every single time, dude. I love dabbing this fucking straight CBD.
So
Or you
what my-
crunch it up into a powder and you sprinkle it over your blunt. It looks like cocaine.
yeah.
It's really CBD. Oh yeah.
What my buddy was doing was he was buying the stuff in town. It was 99% isolate. It was like a powder, fine powder, crystals, and he was going online and buying terpenes, like terpene specific, like sour
Yeah.
diesel and blueberry and
We
blah
have
blah
we have terp
blah.
stores out here. And
Yeah.
you should too, right?
I don't know. I don't think
You know,
so.
we have like fucking like lab terp stores out here.
Wow. But
Those,
yeah,
remember all those syringes and those fucking cartridges that someone gifted me?
yeah.
That I gifted out to everyone else around me?
Uh-huh.
Those are all like lab terps from fucking a store you can go to in Phoenix and buy terps.
Oh wow, rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, what he would do is he would buy those and he'd just reintroduce introduce a new terpene into it, and he'd have his own terpene specific strain. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
kinda dope,
isolate,
too.
yeah, there's no terpenes in it at all. It's just isolate. You
I
know?
mean, like when I dab that straight nine, that pure isolate, it like has that almost pop therapy taste.
And what it
needs-
did, it made it like it almost made it like a sugar wax instead of
Yeah.
being the isolate. It
Like a
wet
crystal?
it up. Yeah, it made it fucking really fucking awesome consistency. Like it
Like
was
the soft,
Ignacio
like
said
the
he
soft
made it.
diamond almost.
Yeah, exactly.
do you see that? Ignacio says he's made it.
What up, Ignacio?
I'm so because of my pain level and everything else, I'm not allowed to smoke and THC on property, but I can smoke CBD on my property. So if I can get a hold of some good CBD isolate and some like the terp profiles and all that shit, I think that'd be a cool video. And I'm all down for fucking it. I mean, but like at one point in time, buying it online was so expensive. It was so expensive.
Right.
So it's kind of hard. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's one of those things you got to find.
So what else is going on? Anybody else got any news? Anybody else want to talk about anything?
Anything exciting? Anything coming up?
I mean, there's so many. I mean, it's what we got. 4th of July at 7:10.
Yeah, 4th of July and
There's got to
7/10.
be stuff that's happening. I mean,
There's never anything going on in Washington, and I doubt there's anything going on in Oregon. Everybody's such a freaking stick in the mud these days. At least around here, they don't do any
That-
events.
There's
They're
fireworks going
they're
off
real stickler about
all year
fireworks
long over
right
here.
now in Arizona. I can't figure out why. They're just being a real fucking asshole about them, though.
Yeah.
For no reason. No reason at all. No one.
How often should you water? Well, you kind of want to have it on a schedule, like, you know, if you give your plant this much water, you can water it every other day. So you know, like in my 15 gallon, I give it a gallon on the top of nutrient solution, and then I give it a gallon of fresh water in the tray. So I top feed and I bottom water. So I do that every other day, and I know that the next time I go to water, it's going to need it.
No fucking air conditioning right now.
So it all depends on your environment. You just have to learn how it's all just trial and error, figuring it out. But that's a good example, right? I mean, that's how I try to break it down. I've said that before. I know I've said that before, but you water as much as your plants, so you don't overwater, so you're not, your plants aren't saturated, so they can't uptake oxygen. You want to give them just enough water to where they can use up what they need in that amount of time, and then you feed them again. That way you're getting consistent feedings. They're using that food before you give them that next feeding. Sorry, I'm rambling and using my hands and motions like this.
Is it true, JR, that if you let your soil dry out a little bit, the roots will like reach out farther, searching for water?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea.
It's another technique, right?
I mean, yes and no. You don't want to let your soil dry out too much.
Right.
Like it kind of there's a
Fine line.
yeah, there's a threshold. You know what I mean? You don't want it to get too dry, but you don't want to get it too wet.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want it so wet, but your environment should kind of play a role in helping kind of evaporate some of that moisture in your soil. You know what I mean? You use like
Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
what?
Stick your finger in your fucking soil every day, dude. Fucking
Yes.
trying to get
Yeah.
to know it. You know what I mean?
They even have those little,
Yeah.
they even have those little
Give it a
meters that
shot,
you
man.
can stick into the soil
No,
that
I go
test.
by weight. You know what? I
A
go
little
by
bit,
weight.
just a little bit around the side. So once you kind of get to know the plant and the weight and everything else. But yeah, in the beginning, you can kind of stick your fingers around the side a little bit, kind of get to know the moisture of the plant. So you know before like, hey, do I need to give it water every fucking other day because it's 90 degrees in my closet? Actually, I don't need to give it every single day because it was actually moist and I overwatered them even though it's 90 degrees in the closet. You know what I mean? So I was just watering them just because it was hot in there, and I really didn't need to give it that much. So I mean, that's just like a little thing, a little shock, a little thing.
Finger check.
You know what? Watering is based upon environment, soil, or environment, medium, and plant.
Everybody's
My
just kind of
environment-
different.
my environment has been like
Every
so
media is
all
going to
across
be
the board.
different. Everyone's environment's going to be different.
Right.
So there is no right and wrong answer with that. But
Yeah.
how often your plant will tell you.
Right.
Plant will tell you when it's thirsty, when it's hungry.
Oh yeah, my big boys were droopy as fuck, dude. I didn't water them for fucking about 3.5 days. They were like, "Hey, what's your problem?" And I was like, "I love you guys. I miss you. I'm sorry." Fuck my dog. No.
No. What an asshole! I can't believe he did that.
Oh yeah, we got okay. So we bought a pheromone collar because he has separation anxiety and yada yada everything else and all the other problems. We're gonna see if that works, and then if I have to, I may end up at a PetSmart tomorrow and get that Thunder Vest
Huh.
because there was a lot of fireworks going off that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest dog really trips on fireworks. Like she's the only one.
So this dog, he's only a year and a half old, but when he was like 3 months old, he ate. I mean, it's not even a good explanation. It's what I wipe my bangers out with, but it was like saturated. And so my wife took him to the vet, and the two fucking vets were fucking like busy with dogs, and it was emergency, like overnight shit. And so the tech brought my puppy in, and then she brought him back out 20 minutes later and says, he's crying like a baby. Can I ask you guys a question? And my wife's like, yeah, what's that? Does anybody in your house use cannabis? She's like, motherfucker. Yeah, my husband. And she's like, he's really high right now. He'll get over it. He can sit in the car until the vet can see him. But I promise you, he'll be fine in the morning. He's a big dog. And fucking that was it, dude. And ever since then, he's been trying to get into like cannabis and trying to get a hold of cannabis. And the hole he dug was trying to get into my room. And like, I'm wondering if like at such a young age, getting that high on cannabis would cause the anxiety issues that he has now. But then he also has an itchy thing where he has to take medicine pretty much in the prescription says for the rest of his life. And like, I don't know. I have a dog that has fucking issues. Like, I just can't win.
I got one of those too, man.
And he has so much energy. When I go to take him for a walk, he tries to rip my shoulder out with my bad back. I can't even take him for walks. I'm like, wow, you're eating my house. You're a ruthless little bastard. I want him to calm the fuck down. I can't wait for that day. But he's a bull mastiff fucking lab.
Oh shit! I got a Newfoundland lab.
And he's a brindle.
Yeah, I also have a brindle blue nose. Well, actually, I think she's actually I don't know if you've ever heard of it, a Catahoula leopard dog. You ever heard of those?
Yeah.
That's what I think my oldest is. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, he's a big. Yeah, it kind of looks like my dog.
He's like, can I eat those? You give me the males all the time.
Let me see where she's at.
Males.
Where's Nella at?
So my big boy's laying with mommy. He's a mommy's boy.
He wants to eat those plants so fucking bad. Every time I get a male, I give it to him. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not bad for him.
No, it's not.
There's
no THC in there.
He eats the fucking all the way to the root. Every single bit of that plant. Every time I get a male out of that, when I'm fucking around in the greenhouse, I'm like, male. He's like, thank you, male. Thank you. The males were running a little hot there, but it was. Oh yeah. Nice color.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's.
I gave him an edible.
She's a leopard dog, but she's scared. She really hates fireworks. This one, she's already fan them.
So I about 2 months ago, I put them in the deep freezer. Though I made a bunch of mini muffins, and I think they equal about 35, 40 milligrams of THC a muffin. And I cut one in a quarter. I cut it into quarters, and I gave him a quarter of it because I ran out of Benadryl. And he hasn't been freaking out. But I think the El Mirage Police Department is fucking on that fireworks shit because they were at my house on Memorial Day night, and they asked me if I was shooting off aerials and everything else, and I was like, no, sir, absolutely not. And he drove away. I'm like, we're going inside now. So like, I hear like 2 or 3, and then all of a sudden it's fucking silent. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's other neighbors out there calling the cops because they got big dogs and shit. They're just not happy about it. I'm not one of those people, but like, I lost a fucking a hallway of carpet 2 nights ago from fireworks.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, Molly Bobby
Molly Bobby.
here.
Edibles work though. He's very relaxed.
What did Molly Bobby and Baby Yoda have in common?
What?
They're both like freaking 800 years old. Poor old dog. We love her. She's the best.
Hey, Dad, grab my beer out of the fridge. Cherry limeade. Cherry limeade. Tie dye, Bud Light can.
Dog? You talk to that one? You wanna talk?
Premium service. Hey, who wants Pops to come take a bong hit real quick?
What?
Have Pops take a bong hit?
Give him a big
Yes.
old dab. Give him a big old daddy.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
So earlier I was picking up some pieces for venting this thing and for the tent, and the guy that I bought the stuff from was like, this is the second time I've gone to him. I come back to him this time for another piece for the tent, and it's like
Aw. He
There we
is golden.
he's building
Look
a
at
DJ
her.
booth.
Yeah, that's Mary Jane. That's my golden.
Hey, she's pretty.
Oh, Mary. You give everyone side eye right now.
What up? What's up, Ron? How's it going?
I'm leaving. Everybody. Look.
You okay? Can I put you down now? Okay, it's just fireworks. I know. They're right out there. They're not
Oh.
going nowhere.
You
They're
guys
gonna
saw
be there.
that?
They're gonna be there. They're not going nowhere.
I think we just caught a firework behind me on camera. They'll
Come on, go
probably
under
be
there.
more.
Lay down. Go on. Good girl.
Guess what? We'll have to plan that one of the next lives. We'll make sure he's a little more dressed. And we'll have a bunch of sativa. We'll have a bunch of sativa. So he's really talkative for the next live.
Yeah, all right.
You're just mad he just took your fucking Hulk thunder right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, smash.
Oh, bad. You know what I'm excited for? I'm really excited for if everyone is following the whole like internet buzz. She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk on Disney Plus, the series. So like, you remember when he disappeared and he was talking to fucking Black Widow or whatever?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was talking to her and like he just turned off the comms and he disappeared. There's a spot in that fucking timeline. That's how they're doing all these cool shows and these weird timelines, where he went back to Earth and he fucking saved one of his best friends by injecting her with his blood, and then she got the gammas and she became She-Hulk, and now we're gonna have a fucking bad. I mean, I'm getting the goosebumps. It's gonna be badass.
Oh, it's supposed to
Wow.
It's not one of his friends. It's supposed to be his cousin.
Huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's supposed.
Wow.
I'm stoked about it.
That's a
I'm
badass.
I'm a little interested.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I think that's gonna be that's gonna be like, I've watched all of them so far. Loki's weird. That WandaVision, that's fucking really fucking weird.
That is really weird, isn't it?
You have to watch them all though. You
Yeah.
can't give up. You have to watch
Yeah.
them all, and then all of a sudden it's like a light bulb comes on. It's like, oh, you were trying to give me the backstory of her. And if you don't watch this, you won't know Wanda's backstory and why she's so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
But like it was so weird. But then you got the Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier.
I've been
That
watching
was
that with my kid. I tried to watch it a couple times with my kid.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. There, I don't want to give any fucking teasers away, but there's two fucking Captain Americas fighting in that series at the same
Yeah.
time. Fighting
I could not get into Wanda. I tried. I was looking forward to it.
You gotta finish it. You have to like. I tried to watch them as they came out, and it got so bizarre. I just gave up. But then one day I just sat back and said I got nothing better to do, and I watched all of them in order, and it was like, oh shit, you're a Red Witch. But you have to actually find out where the whole, that's like it's a weird backstory to find out why she's so powerful and why she is who she is and why she's gonna be, such a powerful character in the ongoing Marvel series. That's all it is. It's just, it's just a weird version of a weird way to tell that backstory.
Yeah, well, realistically, this is also, besides the backstory, it's kind of the introduction from this point on. Who's who's remaining?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
So it's the pre-story and backstory for some characters, how it moves forward. Like with She-Hulk, that's all going to be introduction.
The final episode of Falcon Winter Soldier was so powerful. It was like boom. It was like I wouldn't even have saw that one coming. It was. I'm not gonna say it. I just like if you guys got to watch that shit. And if anybody wants to have one of those kind of sessions at my house, once my AC is working, and I have more than one couch. I'm sorry, I'm having one of those summers, but
you have half the couch, right?
Those are the kind of things I want to do. I want to bust out a can of guard that's just sitting in my freezer and just put on fucking Falcon Winter Soldier, and we sit there and we watch the whole fucking 5-6 episodes, and we smoke and we bust out dabs. Everyone has a little session, come over, and I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no,
a can
of guard would be the way to do it.
It cools off.
Yeah, no, Kanagar would be the way to do it because that's going to go through.
Yeah, Kanagar and Enel.
It'll go through 3 episodes. So if you light it on episode 2, you could probably get it to 4, especially if people are taking dabs in between.
Oh yeah, and then you're good by 4. You should be good with a little maybe a joint and some dabs.
Yeah.
What?
No, I agree 100%.
What?
But that's something like us nerdy stoners we need to do.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not even. That's one of those ones where once it cools off, you do one of the screens in the backyard.
You know what? I have the backyard, dude. My backyard can hold like fucking 50 fucking people with a giant screen.
That's pretty tough.
I didn't realize how big my backyard was till my neighbors next door to me said when we bought our house like before that, like 20 plus years ago, when we bought the house because we were backyard shopping because everyone had like these tiny little backyards. I have a backyard. I can put a pool and gates and a dog run, and it's all dirt, but I have this giant backyard. It's it's mind blowing. This house has been here for 20 plus years, and no one has ever done anything to that backyard.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
When you think about it,
that's pretty awesome.
All the houses around me have like these beautiful backyards with fences and gates and pools and grass and sprinklers and gardens, and I have this like dirt lot. Only I know because I have a 2-story house, so I can look at other people's backyards without being a creeper. But if my dog would stop ripping up my house, I would be able to spend money on my backyard.
Right. He just needs his own little yard in your backyard.
He needs like a permanent CBD tree that's not made from wishbone. Everyone knows that's true.
Right.
Can you picture having a dog like mine that was all over the place and someone's like, give him some of my homemade CBD treats and he'll be great? And he's like, no, he still is eating all the walls in the house. Give him more of my homemade CBD treats, and he'll be great. No, he's like ate the door and a couch, and you're just not giving him enough of my homemade treats. Oh, you mean these wishbone dog treats that have no CBD in it at all? You fucking asshole. Like that's like an analogy of like giving a child his fake CBD. Just saying. And I just at this point in time.
Just give him more. No,
Just give him more.
give
You're
him a
not
little
doing
bit
it right. You're
more,
not,
you know.
your doses are off.
What a mess. What a mess.
That would be. I know there's people in our community that actually fucking bought a bunch of those CBD dog treats that I've personally talked to.
Right.
At least 3 people I know that fucking said like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, I know the feeling. I bought a bunch of gummies. So, but yeah, I need to find a good, serious, strong seed. So like my neighbor's dog was passing away, and I gave him a syringe, and he ended up giving his dog a little dose of fucking THC distillate about every 3 to 4 hours for 2 days until they came and put him to sleep. And he was like, "Thank you, you're a lifesaver." He went to the dispensary before that and he bought a True Infusion bacon infused CBD oil, and I came over to his house with that other shit. He's like, "This stuff's not working. Do you have anything stronger?" I fucking dripped that fucking shit in my mouth. I mean, I should be able to eat it if they can give it to a dog, right? It's CBD. Zero bacon flavoring in it. They charge them $55 for that vial.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you really giving? Because like CBD actually doesn't have to be tested in the state of Arizona. So when it comes to buying shit for your pets, it's so fucking like. I think there's Hempful Farms probably has like the only true CBD products I know for animals.
There you go, Zach. THC dog treats from Pink Reef.
Yeah.
Because my dog is so, especially with the fireworks, and then we were out of town, I lost like a hallway of carpet. So I need something strong. I need a thunder vest, a pheromone collar, some CBD dog treats, horse tranquilizers.
Well,
Then I could take him for a walk. No.
You know what? The puppy last year when we first, so I got my shepherd last year in May, right? July 4th. I walked her down the street while people were fucking lighting them off, and she wasn't freaking out. She just wasn't. I don't think she really cared. This year will be the test. You know.
I was I set him off on New Year's Eve because I have a family that lives in Nevada where I can get a lot of aerials, and he broke the doggy gate down at the top of the stairs, and then almost broke my dad's door down to go like hide in his room from the fireworks that I was setting off. So I'm like, I have like aerials that I don't even want to set off now because it's like at that point in time, they're so close to the house that they gut the boom is like. And you know, I have a little dog with my wife. I'm not a dog person. Jimmy knows this. Jimmy, what are you allergic to?
cats.
What did I own my whole entire life?
Cats.
Have you ever heard me complain about dogs ever in my life?
No.
No. I'm a cat guy. I've always been a cat guy. They're
Yep.
easy. I've lived in apartments my whole entire life, but now I have a house. I have kids. I should, do more than cats. I came to the conclusion cats are assholes. They don't want nothing from you unless they want food, and they just like go fuck off. They don't want to be pet. They don't want to be touched. At least every cat I own. I don't know why. It's like fuck you. So I thought I'd get into the whole dog game, and
You know what?
you got a bunch of little dogs shit and piss in my house, and a big dog that chews up and eats everything.
I'll be taking the shepherd out on 4th of July. I'm gonna take her out for the walk.
We should go to the dog park. One of these days we need to hang out B, we need to maybe bring our dogs together and hang out.
Sick.
My shepherd, yes. My beagle.
I would say your
very
shepherd and my dog would play
She is
same age.
my beagle. She is the ultimate bitch. Like she literally thinks she's a mastiff. She don't care. She don't like nobody. She don't like anything. I would bring my Staffy. He's just injured. He's recuperating from ACL surgery. So yeah, it would have to be the puppy, and she's just
Oh my
she's
god,
just a
that
ball of
puppy,
fucking energy.
my dog needs a friend so fucking bad that he can run with. All the little dogs are like, leave me alone.
Yeah, but she's just got so much energy. Like
Dude, we
My
need
Staffy's
my dog
great
is so
play.
much energy. We can go to the dog park and just blaze a couple blunts, dude. Bring our fucking hookahs, and our blunts and a blunt or two, and just fucking chill and let the dogs fucking play.
yeah, mine.
We go to the dog park right by your house. There's a dog park at right by the college on 59th and Olive.
Yeah, it's right down the street from my house.
Peacock Park. What's that park called? Peacocks and shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Thunderbird Park.
It's not Thunderbird Park. It's
Opposite direction.
I can't remember, but it has all the old fucking farming equipment and everything, and the peacocks and the Glendale libraries on that property.
Yeah, that's a badass park.
Yeah, that's my old Bongo Park until my back went.
I thought that was called Thunderbird. I always thought that was called Thunderbird Park.
Thunderbird Park's the mountain range on 59th and Happy Valley.
You see this one, Marley?
Oh yeah.
She's 7 months old.
Oh wow.
She's huge.
Yeah, Loki's dad, he's like the bull mastiff, and like the pictures we saw, he's like the Brendel bull mastiff. He would take up like almost a full size king bed. So I guess he's like the runt of the litter, I can say the least, but he's still fucking. I don't think he's getting much bigger. I got him on 420, and he was about 4 months old when I got him a year ago. So I'd say he's about almost a year and a half. A little over a year and a half.
I think they grow until they're like 2.
And then I got a Dotson mini pincher. And a Chihuahua something. I don't fucking know. That thing is broken.
You know what?
That thing is so fucking broken. Like, it was ditched in the summer. Like, someone didn't want that dog so badly, they kicked it out at like 110 degrees. Like, go away. And it wandered into someone else's garage, and my friend went there to go do a fucking insurance claim. And they're like, and she was waiting for the people to come outside to go like look at the vehicle, and she's like, "Is this your dog?" She's like, "No, it won't go away. I don't know where it came from. It just wandered in my garage last night." And she's like,
Oh
"Call
man.
my wife." Next thing you know, I have a gold Chihuahua.
Saguaro
I
Ranch
saw that. I
Park.
saw that.
Saguaro Ranch Park is what that park is called.
Saguaro Ranch Park. That park's gangster.
It is
You want to hear a
badass.
crazy thing? So they have like this spot where they take kids on like field trips and shit. And they have like
Yeah.
a blacksmith and all that museum shit.
Yeah.
Some tweakers were hanging out in there, and they caught it on fire and burnt half of it down.
What
year and a
the
half.
fuck?
I used to go there every day
crazy.
for lunch. I used to go there for lunch and play Pokemon Go and fucking eat lunch before I
Man,
smoked weed on my lunch break and shit.
fuck. That's so fucked.
I went over there one day and it's like roped off, and I'm like, but there's Pokemon stops over there that I go hit every fucking day. Like, what happened? And I go on my phone and I'm like, yeah, some assholes caught the fucking Saguaro Ranch, fucking the historical part on fire.
Oh my god.
The blacksmith part on top of it. They were probably like, we're gonna make a sword. You know I'm right. Some fucking crazy tweaker's like, we're gonna get this thing going.
Right. I've done this before.
I've watched it.
We're
I've
gonna
watched
melt
Forged
down
in
this
Fire.
and make a sword.
I seen it done. I could do it. I'll show you guys.
TikTok this motherfucker.
Give me the hammer. Let me see your torque. Stop lighting up.
All right, you guys. The final one of the pack.
How is it? Pretty
They're
good.
really sugary.
Yeah.
Dude, you went through the rainbow tonight. Like you might as well drink a fucking Starburst.
Right.
Oh. I bought some sour fucking jelly bellies, dude. I don't know what it is. I pretty much hit the rainbow tonight. I hit it. I did it. Oh, so here's my new drink. You guys ready? Because I know like we're all about growing weed, but I like to talk about this a little bit. I accidentally mixed a Bud Light Lime and a cake vodka together.
Wow.
Key
Oh,
lime
you're telling
vodka.
me about that. Yeah.
Key lime
Key lime
vodka.
pie.
And
Hell
so
yeah.
I was at the Medieval Times, and I ordered a peach mandarin ale. And to find out, it was this glass that was like just ginormous. It probably cost like $40. I didn't ask. I wasn't just don't ask questions. And I got one of those. I got two of those to be exact. So really don't ask questions. And to find out it was a local brewery, a Mandarin Ale wheat with fucking peach schnapps mixed into it.
Whoa. Huh.
That's the new thing now, I guess. Now we're loading our beers. We're
Yeah.
loading our beers.
Loaded beers. Yep.
Loaded beers.
That's yeah.
Yep. It's happening.
That.
I didn't even try to order a loaded beer at the fucking Renaissance or at Medieval Times. I was fucked up, dude.
How was that? Was that pretty fun?
I'm glad I got pictures.
Did they have what was on the menu? Like
It was the same. I guess if you look up their menu, it's the same menu everywhere all the time. It's a fucking like a quarter chicken. It's like the thigh, the breast, and the wing or whatever, or the leg. A half baked potato, some tomato soup, and garlic bread.
wow.
Yeah. You would think like you're paying like $60 a person or so. I've been to that fucking Brazilian fucking steakhouse in Scottsdale. It's $60 a person. You do not have to have a sword fight in front of me. The food was amazing. But you got oven roasted chicken and oven roasted garlic bread and oven roasted potatoes and some soup, and they didn't give you a spoon. You had to drink it right out of the bowl, the handle, because it's the Medieval Times.
Yep.
They charged me $80 for 2 beers. And I took a bunch of pictures because I don't remember a fucking thing.
Like, wow, I think I had a good time. I don't know. That beer sounds good though.
I would have never ordered it today if the word schnapps was like on the top of that part of that menu. I was like,
Right.
Mandarin Peach Ale? You got my number. And I'm like, I like, would you like a refill of that Mandarin Ale with peach schnapps? And I'm like, well, yes, I do now. Like, can you put more schnapps in it? If you have kids, dude, it's amazing. I mean, it's scripted as fuck. It's fun as fuck. I mean, the sword fights are real. The shields are exploding. There's sparks flying. It's fun as fuck, dude. I mean, it's an experience. Even if you don't have kids, it's an experience. But it's not like you're going to be like, hey, you want to go back to the Medieval Times?
No, it's a one-time event.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
We
man,
took,
that guy got his head cut off.
No, not
Like,
even.
yeah.
No, it's like so scripted.
You all like you need to flask it the fuck up. Everyone needs to get So I found a 12-pack of flasks on Amazon for $24.
Wow.
I'm not saying I need 12 flasks, but I'm saying that if I'm in a party, I don't want to be the only one with a flask.
Right.
So I want to make sure everyone has their own flask in this situation.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm thinking about buying a 12-pack of flask.
Right.
After spending that 2-3 days by the pool, wishing I had like more access to alcohol, and then going to those little events, I was like, I really need this little booster. Like, I'm telling you, $80 a year. And then lay by the pool at the Hilton and ask for a drink.
Right.
I think it was like $15, and you couldn't even taste the alcohol in it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to touch on tonight?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, let's call it. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Let's do this.
Damn, long show.
It's almost midnight.
Thanks for tuning in. We want to thank you again for staying with us through the whole live.
Hey, that must be some auto tune. That don't
Stay
sound-
tuned for next week's episodes. Every Tuesday and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, definitely want you to do one thing. That's stay faded. Overgrown Farm family, keep posting those questions. Keep growing. Stay medicated. We out.